People keep saying the same things that they have been saying for a long, long time. Particularly that movie Network that was made almost 40 years ago. It was about a guy, a television host, who got fed up with the fact that it's all phony. And he was quitting or had been fired. I think he had been fired. And it was his last night, and he said, fuck it. I'm fired anyhow. I'm going to say what I really feel. And he said, people, turn off your fucking televisions. It's all phony. Throw your fucking television out the window. He said, I don't know what to do about the world's problems, but I do know that first, before we do anything, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to get mad. And people think it's a joke, and it's not a joke. First, you have to get upset about what's the world we live in. You have to get upset about the phoniness and the corruption and the lying and the bullshit. And we live in a society where being upset, being angry is taboo. And if you're angry and you're upset, then there must be something wrong with you. That's one of my basic, if you get anything from my ranting, you're going to get that, or you should get that. That my message is that getting upset about things that are upsetting is not wrong, is not wrong-headedness, is not inappropriate. There is such a thing as appropriate anger, and there is such a thing as inappropriate lack of anger. That's something this society, despite the existence of that movie Network, doesn't realize. The notions, the attitude in the society is being upset is always wrong. Being angry is always wrong. It's always wrong. And anybody who's upset or angry about anything has to be medicated. Welcome Aldous Huxley. Welcome to Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. Anybody who has any emotions at all has to be medicated so that we can all be a bunch of zombies. Comatose zombies walking around in a hypnotized state. Oh my, you have emotions. Well, we will diagnose you with some disorder or syndrome, and we will medicate the fucking emotions out of you until you're a walking zombie like everybody else. And I'm telling you that the movie Network had a very significant grain of truth to it. He said first you have to get mad. You have to reach the point where you say, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. And if you listen to Tony Robbins, he says that's precisely the breakthrough moment in anybody's life, when you reach that point where you say, I am not going to take it anymore. And if getting mad, getting angry is the associated emotion, then that's your breakthrough. I'm mad as hell and I am not going to take it anymore. This is where I draw the fucking line. This is the last straw. The last straw that breaks the camel's back. This is the last straw. No more. I'm done. First you have to get mad. And and you know what? Maybe here it is. This is what made me think of this. Here's my recommended videos. Noam Chomsky. Could civilization really survive? Is that what it says? Really? Survive capitalism? Oh, yes. Well, Noam Chomsky and Howard Zinn, they knew some basic truths about our society, and maybe the fact that they were teachers and that every day they got up. Here I am ranting into my camera for possibly 5 or 6 views on YouTube. And these guys, every day, their job is to stand up and on a podium and speaking to hundreds of people, and or sometimes thousands, and people crowding in to get into their classrooms just to hear them talk in the auditorium every day. I suppose at that point you just end up sort of like a raisin, a grape that's had its juice squashed out of it so much to make wine or grape juice that you just the juice is squeezed out of you, and I suppose the emotion tends to you get up and it's squeezed out of you. But I'm telling you, first you have to get mad. First, you have to have the capacity to be angry. And if all you're doing is standing up there speaking softly with a smile and everyone's saying, oh, isn't that nice? He's inoffensive. But it doesn't work that way anyhow. Because if what you're saying doesn't goes against their people's taboos, then they're still going to, no matter how mild-mannered you are and soft-spoken and pleasant and humorous and unangry you are, if what you say goes against people's taboos, society's taboos, they're still going to come at you with the tar and feathers and the pitchforks. First you have to get angry. First you have to have some emotions, and that's the problem with our society, is that we've had all of our emotions squeezed out of us. We've been told that it's wrong to have emotions. That in itself is the first wrongness.